For years now, the senseless violence perpetrated by herdsmen in parts of the country has left a trail of devastation as lives have been lost, families torn apart, and communities shattered. President Muhammadu Buhari has condemned the extreme violence and killings of scores of people in Benue State within 48 hours. The president directed the Department of State Services, the Nigerian police force, and military commanders to enhance surveillance on every front to immediately review the security management in the affected areas. On Wednesday, no fewer than 46 people were killed barely 24 hours after the same village and Idoma-speaking communities suffered an attack by suspected herdsmen that left 3 people dead. Also affected, suspected herdsmen on Friday attacked Internal Displaced Persons, IDPs, camp at Agan in Makurdi local government area of Benue, with scores of people reportedly killed. This story is not funny. Jide, Benue State. Yes. I thought we had respite for some time, and Governor Otom has always been shouting about this herdsmen farmers clash, and he has been saying that if calling on federal government to do something about it. Now, the number of people I'm seeing here, it's becoming unbearable and very worrisome. 46 people, and Monday before, people died. And you know Nigeria, the way we keep figure, when you say 46, be assured that we're talking about 50-something or 60-something people.
About 87 people have died in 48 hours. 87.
87
yes.
In 48 hours?
Yes, because in
that's the documented figures.
Are reported to have killed in that IDP camp. This is a secondary school that people go to, a school where people who have been displaced by herdsmen attacks go to hide. Now, they went to that IDP camp to kill people. It's not the first time that these herdsmen will go to an IDP camp to kill people. It's not the first time. It's not even the second time. So why they would...
Is it that they are
killing...
We don't have people guarding those IDP camps?
You see, the security is not sufficient. They will overpower them. Because in this case, even 2 policemen lost their lives in this attack. So you can put security men there, but if they are not sufficient, like the Chibok school, the famous school in Chibok, where they kidnapped, those guys, they had soldiers, but the soldiers were not enough. You see, sometimes when you imagine that, I have 20 soldiers, this place is protected. Do you know how many people are coming? Do you know the weapons they will carry?
The number of people that carry,
they will carry the same weapons that you have, because they do some reconnaissance of their own. We think they are ragtag, they are this, but they do reconnaissance. They have they use their drones. So if they do reconnaissance and they know the number of people that you have on ground, they will then prepare based on the information that they have. So this is the situation that we find ourselves. 18 out of the 23 local governments in Benue State, these killings are happening. And Gwe West, Guma local government, the local government of the governor, has been increasingly, consistently attacked. A lot of the killings that have happened in the last 3 years have been in the governor's local government. You know, they even attacked his farm at a point.
Are these guys foreigners, foreign headers?
I cannot say that. I know that when it comes to killings, sometimes the militia here employ the services of foreigners.
Severally, you hear the governor saying that
killing people.
Fulani, people from Mali, from the governor will be saying it from foreigners.
The foreigners join in killing our people. That is a fact. But it does not mean that Nigerians are not killing one another. Okay, the people who killed those
Most of the time,
those church
retaliation.
people, the people who killed people in Owo, maybe they were arrested by DSS. Are they not Nigerians? Some of them from Kogi State. You know, so yes, sometimes they bring in reinforcement from neighboring countries, you know, but the fact still remains that these are largely Nigerians killing our own people. So in between 2015 and now, we have lost 5,000, up to the end of 2022, we had lost 5,138 people in Benue alone to herdsmen killings. In 2015, 1,177 people died. In 2016, it was 809. In 2017, just 43. In 2018, 440. In 2019, 88. In 2020, 2,131. In 2021, 172. And in 2022, 1,004. So there are years when it will seem that, oh, this thing has gone down. But since January, we've seen a spike in attacks and a rise in the level of fatality in Kwande and so many other places. It's like they suddenly, in fact, since March, since after the governorship election, they've killed so many people. Maybe at this time in excess of 300.
Adekunle, why do you think Benue is, like a prime target?
Historically, when you look at Benue, that's the food basket of the nation. So when you look at the population, the increase in population, predominantly farmers, they continue to do more farming, make use of the land. But unfortunately, people from the northern parts of the country, the pastoralists, the herders, so they found that place one of the best, environment for grazing their animals. So there is conflict between farmers and herders. So that one is not new. But recent politics, made everything worse. You see, I was joking recently during the, campaigns for the general elections, and we said all of a sudden, kidnappings, terrorism, banditry, everything seemed to have gone down. We didn't hear much of that during the campaigns. And somebody said, oh, the patrons are busy now. You got my point? If you look during the elections, during the campaigns, did you hear of any?
No, we thought because of the election time, they would want to report what is happening in the political.
Somebody joked that the patrons were busy at the time, and we all laughed about it. Okay, what happened? It's one day, one calamity, one day, one wahala, one day, one problem. But throughout the campaigns, Nigeria became a peaceful country, and we were surprised. So when you now take it immediately after the election, then trouble started. Immediately after, February 25th, trouble started in Benue State. From February 25th and now, go and do your maths. How many people have died in Benue State alone? Of course, Benue now. So it all boils down to leadership. Because when I try to, you see, in Benue State, is there no solution up to today? The governor-elect was saying the state is on ICU or something like that. Intensive care.
Okay, Father Ali.
He went to meet President Buhari. And he closed down meeting. Our politicians are sometimes. So he came out of the president's office and he was addressing the media. He said, the state he will govern is on ICU, intensive care unit, and is ready To rescue.
I know it's easier from outside to make such assessment.
It's easier.
It's easier. When they
You know, at some point, Autumn was seen as a champion of Benue people so much that he was even attacking the presidency at some point. What happened at last? He himself lost the people. Yes, he lost the people he was, saying to have been champion. At the end of the day, the elections there showed that he failed miserably in that state.
The new administration, because I don't know, a new approach we have to deploy a new approach to our security, the whole of our security architecture. We have to change it because we know that apart from these rangers and everything that the president-elect actually promised, we know that anything security is right on the table. How is he going to devolve power, or is still going to make sure that what is at the center is very, very effective?
Well, Benue is a peculiar case. I don't know anybody who can be governor of Benue who will not face this problem. They can ridicule Autumn the way they want. The former governor, the governor before Autumn, Suswam, almost lost his life in this same way west. In fact, I remember when I went to interview him, I collected the video. They almost killed him. The convoy had to escape. Can you imagine, they attacked them. And when they were coming, it was cattle that was in front, like a screen. And they launched an attack on the governor. It got worse during Autumn's time. And Autumn tried to create...
In his own farm, he was attacked.
Yes, Autumn came up with the anti-open grazing law. Anti-open grazing law to ensure that you can't simply be grazing anywhere you like. Yes. You have to, and I think even the governor of Ondo State has done a similar thing. But that, in fact, worsened the things. I think that when it became clear that, look, Autumn is leaving, this thing went up. Some of the research that I have done show clearly that this thing went up in the weeks, just a few weeks before the election and after it. On 14th February, they killed 5 people at the Nagi community of Gwe West. Then, even on 20th January, they killed 8 persons near their IDP camp in Makurdi. They beheaded those persons and took away their heads. On March 13 was just a few days to the governorship election. They killed 50 people in Kwande local government. Kwande is along the border with Cameroon and close to the Cross River border. 26th of March, they killed 5 persons in 2 communities, Chagu in Guma and Unji. So they've never stopped at any time in Benue. It's just like Zamfara. We were saying it here. When the Minister of Labour said bandits went on vacation because of Naira redesign. And I said in first show that is not true. And we reeled out the statistics showing that banditry never stopped. It never stopped. It's just a case of people focusing more on election. And during that time when people were preparing for the election, remember the issue of Naira redesign was also enjoying front burner.
Every day.
So they didn't focus on banditry. But it was happening. In Kaduna, it never stopped. Even in Kogi, it never stopped. There are so many cases that we can recall that happened. When they have said that is their own work. They don't. You go to work to anchor a program. That is their own work. If they stop, they will not eat. And when people say, oh, it's because of the Naira, this is absolute rubbish. We have seen people who ask, who ask for dollars. There was no time that they stopped kidnapping our people. The facts are there. So we just have to come up with the right strategy to address this problem. The coming administration has to get it right. They can't be killing our people in this way. They can't.
All right.